The Zero Point was the birth of existence in the Fortnite universe, the center of everything. Countless realities originated from the Zero Point, with each having its own multiverse, but at some point the Zero Point was discovered by the Imagined Order. They have controlled the loop for thousands of years. The loop being the Fortnite Battle Royale experience we play every single day. When the storm closes, the loop resets, and we have to do the whole thing over and over again, unless you're the last remaining person in the circle and you win a game of Fortnite and escape the loop. But the loop takes memories from the majority of the islanders and makes you mute and unable to communicate. According to the Foundation, the Imagined Order are threatening the balance of the known Omniverse itself, and what they're doing to the Zero Point isn't natural. But on a lighter note, the first mention of the Zero Point was in Season 4, the Blast-Off event, where the visitors sideways rifted out Reality Zero and probably went back to the moon. But during this event, we heard Zero Point Oscillator on, setting coordinates. This would change Fortnite forever, and would indeed be the first mention of the Zero Point. We first see the Zero Point during the Butterfly event, where Kevin spent weeks traveling to Loot Lake. In future seasons we would find out that's the epicenter of all creation. But during the Butterfly event, we were sent to the in-between, appearing to show the Zero Point connected to everything, the epicenter of the Omniverse, showing branches and roots to other realities. It would turn out that Kevin wasn't powerful enough to bring the last reality to the Fortnite island in Season 4. We would have to wait for another good couple of seasons until we saw the last reality return. And the next time we would see the Zero Point in its completely contained, stabilized form would be the Unvaulting event of Season 8. It's really strange to look at the Zero Point like this. It's very unfamiliar, like we haven't really seen this a lot. Singularity, along with the Fortnite government, built the mech to fight the monster. Although Singularity would pull the Nexus Orb out the vault and use its power to defeat the monster to change the tide of the fights, which she won. But this came at a cost. It destabilized the Zero Point, and it exploded soon afterwards. At this point, I do want to reference the visitor tapes of Season X. So when we see here the Zero Point start to explode, during the season, we see that frozen. So in the tapes, I presume he's explaining this point here, the unaudible, because you couldn't hear this part, film was a success. IRSU arrived outside the loop at the exact moment of expansion. This effectively pauses Singularity, giving us time to create the devices needed to synchronize the junction. So you see Jonesy running away, you see an expansion of light, and you see him arrive, I presume, outside the loop at the moment of expansion. Arguably, this could mean a few other things. Fortnite does like a double entendre. What I'm going to speculate is the device was activated with inside the loop at the moment of expansion when the timer reaches nothing, which is when the storm closes, so just before the next loop, and this paused the Singularity. So during the end event, the 7 reanimated the frozen meteorite and crashed it into the Zero Point. We got sucked into a black hole where the Zero Point recontained itself, and after 3 days of matter reorganizing, Athena reorganized to become Apollo and Artemis. The Zero Point was back in the bridge and the Imagined Order gained control. The containment field has stabilized, the bridge is intact. The 7 succeeded. Our manipulations averted disaster. The Zero Point is ours, and our plan can continue. The Zero Point is speculatively used during the device event in Chapter 2 Season 2, with the device being powered by the Zero Point's energy to try and push the storm back, because what was theorized, if the storm doesn't close, then the loop can't reset, but they were wrong about this. The storm changed to a wall of water and the loop managed to stay intact. The power that was used during the Chapter 1 end event with the island reorganizing got some unwanted attention by Galactus, the devourer of worlds. In Season 4, Galactus arrived to claim the Zero Point and devour it. But the Avengers had a plan which involved gamma cells and duplicating the battle bus in the in-between. Yes, welcome back to the in-between. Galactus would then rift back to Reality 616 as the Avengers were successful, but the Zero Point was exposed, meaning loopers had a chance to escape Reality Zero by using the exposed Zero Point, and Sloane wasn't happy about this. She would send Jonesy to collect the best hunters from around the Omniverse to keep people inside the loop. But while doing this, he would open several pure portals that he didn't close. This put stress on the already broken Zero Point, and by the end of that season, it got a little bit too much for the Zero Point. So yeah, unbeknownst to Jonesy, He was on course for a full reality breakdown, but Jones, still under strict instructions not to grab the attention of the Seven, decided to grab the attention of the Seven. The Foundation tried to contain the 0 point, but couldn't. The Foundation never saw the levels of entanglement before, and there's no going back once the 0 point begins to bloom. And the 0 point at this time did begin to change reality in Reality Zero by changing Jonesy into a butterfly. But the Foundation tried his hardest, but it wasn't enough. The bloomed 0 point began to wither and die. The Foundation would seal himself in the 0 point to limit the blast. The Foundation saying to Jones, you need to seal off the 0 point and overload the device, and of course this meant Jones would be trapped inside the loop. During this time we had the 0 point and Foundation comics, which gave us so much lore, particularly about sideways rifts and pure portals. A sideways rift must be closed at both sides or must close over time, and a pure portal can be closed at a source. So some examples of a sideways rift would be the Visitors in Season 4, or the same with the Sevens in Season X. An example possibly of a pure portal is what we would see in Season 5, where Jonesy would open a pure portal, because they are literally linked and originating from the 0 point itself. An argument would be the Cube Queen's portal during Season 8 Chapter 2, where the moment she hits the water, the portal closes, which means the source is broken, and that was a sideways rift that would have remained open. So is it a pure portal? We also learned if the pure portal, aka the 0 point, hasn't been allocated to a destination point, the 0 point would otherwise be scrolling constantly through realities at such an unfathomable speed. Stepping into the 0 point at that point would mean your body getting scattered throughout an inconceivable amount of different realities. At some point between all this and before the mothership beamed the spire, the 0 point moved back to the bridge, where it has remained there till this present day. And of course, speculatively, did the Cube Queen use the energy of the 0 point to power up her beam to try and open a portal above Reality Zero? So how is Chapter 3 Season 2 going to end up? Today we did get Tabor Hill mentioning something about a tree, or teasing it. I believe, as I mentioned previously in this video, how the multiverse and the omniverse is connected through the 0 point and through the in-between. I think the Imagine Order will want to take us to the in-between. That's what we see play out on the holo table. That's why there's nothing left in Reality Zero. We've travelled within the 0 point to the in-between. Now guys, the thing is with these videos, it's a balancing act how far you push it, like how the Imagine Order controls the loop via the power of the 0 point, and the loop is essentially a byproduct of them controlling the 0 point, and the storm essentially is a byproduct of that. And that's really a bit too speculative to add to this video, but I just thought I'd go over it now. Of course, just to make a passing comment on it. If you made it to the end of the video, comment tree down below. But guys, if you do enjoy lore content like this and you want to see more theory videos, you may enjoy this one. Anyway guys, if you did enjoy this video, leave a like and subscribe to the YouTube channel. It's been your boy Mr. JLY. Till next time, bye bye.